going up here, Generation 1, a lot of our favourites. Generation 1, normal types. This one's going to be very easy for me, it's going to be Ditto. Ditto is by far my favourite Pokemon. I have so many reasons why I love Ditto. It's just been in my life quite fondly, and I've really appreciated Ditto's existence. The ability to change into any Pokemon or item, and if it's the anime, the ability to breed with anything or practically anything. The shiny and its lore is quite a nice reference to Mew, which, like I said earlier, Mew was my favourite mythical, and Ditto just is a nice kind of nod to that. And yeah, just Ditto is just a very niche option when it comes to battling and the VGC side of things, because you can steal the opponent's Pokemon and just go crazy and hit them with what they've kind of basically been using against you. Fire typing is going to be difficult. I do like Arcanine, I do like Ninetales, like the ability to set up Sunshine or the ability to intimidate. Charizard's always there. Charizard is kind of like the fan favourite. I do think Charizard's overrated. It might be the option. These are ones I'm not too fussed with. I'll put Arcanine there for now. Arcanine, it intimidates. It's a very nice bulky Pokemon that can use Snarl. It's not only you lower the attack, but you also lower the special attack. It gets really nice fire type moves. It gets extreme speed, so if you want priority. And just the design, it's like a giant tiger dog thing. Water types now. Oh, this one's quite difficult looking at this. See, I like Gyarados like a lot. I do like Lapras, like I mentioned down here. My favorite Gmax is Lapras. Slowbro is, or Slowpoke is kind of come into the spotlight with its regional forms in the Galarian forms. I do like Poliwrath. Maybe Poliwrath can go in the fighting section. Yeah, let's put Poliwrath in the fighting section. I do really like Poliwrath. Because obviously all these are just plain fighting types. Me being young TVI, loved Poliwrath, but the only one kind of having dual typing. It was really nice in the anime, especially in the Charizard episodes. I really appreciate its design. I know it's kind of similar to Poliwell's, but it's like an angry tadpole or angry frog ready to punch its way into victory. Maybe we'll come back to water. Water's look a bit. Actually, let's do this kind of easier. Let's do this based on the easy options. So obviously, Dragonite's gonna be my favorite. Dragonite is just phenomenal. It gets really nice abilities, moves that's quite nice. Being a pseudo gives it nice points. It's just a tubby, huggy friend that you just want to cuddle with. And even in the Pokedex, it says something about it being at jet speeds, and just having that thought of it being that large but still moving quite fast is just quite humorous to me. Ghost will obviously be only one of these three. I'm going to pick Gengar. Gengar is just a really good ghost option. It had to get nerfed in Generation 8 with the loss of its levitate ability. But if you can look past that and work with Cursed Body, Gengar is just a really nice option in the special department, basically. So obviously I really like Pikachu and Eevee, but I think I'm just going to stick to just Fire, Water, Grass for these starters, because we can look at the end to see what my favourite kind of typing for starters overall is. I think it's Grass, but I'll have to double check on that. Eevee can't go here because Ditto's here, so Eevee might have to sit out. But just know that Eevee is one of my favourite Pokemon as well. It's probably top 10 quite easily. Pikachu, if I put Pikachu in the electric section for now, I might change that or look into that. Starter-wise though, probably Squirtle. I like all three, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. I did like, actually let's put Bulbasaur here for now. Bulbasaur and Squirtle have always been neck and neck for me. Charmander's kind of been like a third favourite, purely because I've appreciated Charizard more, and Charizard gets the spotlight compared to Charmander, and by that logic, Charmander gets shafted when it comes to Bulbasaur and Squirtle. But yeah, I just don't like the hype with Charmander and Charizard, so Bulbasaur and Squirtle always pushed their way into my heart, really. But Squirtle especially, I've got a friend that really loves Squirtle. He's encouraged me to like Squirtle a bit more, and I have another friend who really likes Bulbasaur, and they've encouraged me to like Bulbasaur a lot more. So if I put Bulbasaur and Squirtle here, Charizard's going to have to come on here, I think. Fairy's probably going to have to be Jigglypuff. The anime alone pushes Jigglypuff up quite high. It sings, it was a menace in the series, and it was just funny. I know it's not really good competitively. I mean, Wigglytuff might be, but then again, you've got Mr. Mime there and Clefable, which are arguably better in VGC. But Jigglypuff goes there purely because of its anime debut and its just appearances back in Sun and Moon as well when it made a return. I think that would be quite nice. Still did have Magnemite, Magnemite. Magnemite is better over Magneton personally. Magnemite has always been one of my favourites because it was the only steel type in Generation 1. And I do like Magneton, don't get me wrong, but the idea of just one Magnemite turning into 3 Magnemites, basically, it had already been done with Diglett, so I didn't think it was clever the second time. Diglett is already quite interesting. I did wish that Dugtrio got an evolution. when Gen 4 came out and Magnezone was a thing, I thought, oh, maybe Dugtrio can get the same treatment, but Dugtrio never got the treatment. And the stats are kind of screaming for it to get some kind of bulk or some kind of new evolution, because Magnezone is chaotic and competitive and it has really nice moves and abilities, whereas Dugtrio, it's nice in terms of speed and attack, but just another evolution to boost those stats up would have just really been the cherry on top. Dark, oh, hello. Dark, we have what? Missing No. We have the Ghost Sprites. We have the fossils. Don't know what this is. If anyone knows what this is, let me know. I have no idea. I'll put Missing No there. I know Missing No out of all those. Rock. There's a lot of fossils here. It could be Onyx. Onyx was cool in the anime, I suppose. Let's put Onyx there for now. It might change. Onyx as a Pokemon, it doesn't really hit hard. It's not really known for its offense. It's just really, really bulky in defense. So if you can set up Stealth Rocks and if you can set up maybe a Bind or something, Onyx is just a really nice slower option if you want to win out those prolonged games. Bug type. Now here's the thing. I really like Butterfree and I really like Beedrill, but it's just how do I categorize these? I could put Beedrill here and put Butterfree in the flying, but then there's Gyarados there. I can't really. And let's put Butterfree there for now. Butterfree, obviously, the anime inspired me to really like Butterfree. It was getting a bit shafted by Beedrill with its Mega that came out, but then in Generation 8 it came out with its Gigantamax form, so Butterfree kind of earned its way into like a top 10 bugs again. Yeah, let's put Beedrill there. Beedrill's just really nice Pokemon. You catch it early on as a Weedle and you just evolve it up, and you can maybe take it to Misty's gym and Lieutenant Surge's gym. In terms of the anime, it's always that kind of Pokemon that chases down the gang, and it's just really interesting to see it just make an appearance. It's like, oh no, they're in trouble. They're gonna get chased down by Beedrill. Its Mega helps it out a lot. It gets adaptability, and the sheer power that comes out of Mega Beedrill is insane. So yeah, we'll just go for that. Round, maybe Ice, because there's only a few Ice. I would put Lapras here. Lapras would probably be my option, but then I have put down Gmax Lapras. Lapras I just love. It's a transporting Pokemon. It's been known to transport civilians and trainers. In Generation 6, it was the Lapras sprite that you ride around on in the seas when you use Surf. Generation 7, it was the Ride Pokemon. In Generation 8, it came the Gmax form. So Lapras has always been a really, really good option. Cloyster. I'm definitely not picking Jinx. I'm definitely not picking Articuno, because if I picked Articuno, I'd have to pick Moltres and Zapdos. Kind of, that's just my logic. I have to make things in like sets. So obviously, I put Butterfree here. I have to then have Beedrill. I put Bulbasaur down in here, so I put Squirtle, which means that Charizard's gonna have to come up either flying or fire. But yeah, let's put Cloyster there. Cloyster is a really nice Pokemon. It has a really, really nice defensive stat. If you give this thing Assault Vest, you can kind of boost its special defense up. And the ability to have Skill Link just allows it to hit Rock Blasts and Icicle Spears off for 5 times and just do a lot of damage. Especially with Shell Smash as well. If you can set up a Shell Smash, maybe a Focus Sash, then this thing can kind of sweep. I was mentioning Charizard now, and could it go in the fighting? I mean, I really love Gyarados. Gyarados is one of my favourites from Generation 1. It's probably easy top 10. As well as Magikarp as well, which is water. Magikarp, every single generation I try to catch Magikarp, and I call it POS. POS means piece of. I'd always catch a Magikarp every single game and call it POS. It's just such an iconic Pokemon. It's that weakling that turns into the mighty Gyarados, which if we put Gyarados here now. Yeah, I just love Magikarp. I like the gender difference. I like it's just fame in the anime where it's the Magikarp salesman that sells the gang Magikarp. It's iconicness of trying to climb up the waterfall. I could go on and on about Magikarp. It's unironically one of my favorites. It's meant to be like the worst Pokemon, and I love it because of that, basically. And with Gyarados, it's very competitive. It gets Intimidate. It gets the ability to just cause chaos if it has Moxie as well. Water flying, it means it's weak to electric, but then with Terastallization now in Generation 9, you can get around that quite easily. In Generation 8, you could always Dynamax and then use Max Airstream, and it was really nice to set up a sweep. Generation 9, Terastallization into Ground type would be really useful. And it's just got the stats to really help it out in battle, and Gyarados in the anime has always been kind of one to look out for, and it's just been really awesome. I guess that this is the thing, because I've now got Bulbasaur and Squirtle, I'm now gonna have to have Charizard, which means I'm gonna have to get rid of Arcanine, basically. Charizard, I did say it was overrated. I did say it was just one that I don't hate Charizard. I'm not a Charizard hater. It's just a case of Charizard gets so much appreciation from Nintendo and Game Freak and the Pokemon Company. It's just like, ooh, another Charizard. Like Generation 6 brought us 2 Mega Forms instead of just one. Generation 7, it was the flying kind of fly Pokemon. It was the Pokemon that was kind of highlighted a lot in the anime. Generation 8, Leon had it, and it had another form, its G-Max form. And it introduced the anime as well. I'm a huge anime fan when it comes to Charizards. And it just gets points for that, basically. Ground and Psychic, what do we do? Okay, so Ground's not looking too bad. Oh, Cubone. I think it might have to be Cubone. Yeah, I love Cubone. I love its kind of backstory of how its mum died. I love its appearance, how it can kind of be connected to Kangaskhan if you think that way. It's holding a bone, which kind of adds to its kind of skull design. And Cubone's just adorable. You just want to kind of hold it, basically. But since I put Marowak down there, I'll probably have to change it. Maybe Nidoking. Nidoking King's just a beast. I like the fact that you think King, it's meant to be boyish. When I was little, I used to think that Nidoqueen and Nidoking should have swapped the colours. I thought, oh, boys are blue, so Nidoking should be blue, and oh, girls are pink, so Nidoqueen should have been pink. And then the shinies do kind of reflect that, because the shiny Nidoking goes blue. Like, actually, if we click this shiny charm down here, you can actually change, yeah, you can change it to its shiny form, basically. I thought this should have been the original Nidoking colour because it's blue and boys are blue and King should have been blue. But growing up, you realise, hang on, it doesn't matter what colour it is. As long as the shinies kind of are like a big noticeable difference, not something like Pikachu where it goes a slightly different colour yellow, then that's the shiny I kind of like. But Nidoking, I love it. It's a huge brutal Pokemon. It hits really hard. You can even run some kind of special sets like I did in one of the tournaments and just surprise people. Psychic. Okay, so this is gonna probably have to be Mew or Mewtwo because I love them two a lot, especially the first movie. The first movie kind of not solidified it. It kind of put it up there really high. What solidified it was just my friends and growing up and the mysteries that you'd hear at school and just the kind of intel that you'd get on in that the schoolyards and stuff. It's like, oh, there'll be a Mew 3 that comes out and stuff. And Mew and Mewtwo in the first movie, brilliant, amazing. In the new movie that came out, the remake of the original movie, they were just enhanced a lot more. I do like Alakazam. I do kind of like Slowbro, like I mentioned before. Even Mr. Mime, its anime appearance, I could put it in the fairy slot, Mr. Mime, but Jigglypuff kind of gets the better of the two. Even though Mr. Mime is another one of my favorite from the anime. But if I put Mewtwo there as Psychic, I can put Mew here maybe, or maybe I'll put Mewtwo there and a Mew here, because Legend sounds like Mewtwo a lot more. But yeah, Mew and Mewtwo I could talk about for a long time. They're just really nice. The fact that this is the strongest Pokemon to take down everything is just brilliant to me. Gimmicks. So these will be all the Megas and all the G-Max forms will go down there. I don't really have a favourite Mega. I like a lot of Megas and I can't really pick a favourite, and the same with the G-Max forms. I did put G-Max Lapras down, so I won't have that again. I like the Pikachu, how it gets chubby. I like Snorlax, how it has a garden on it. These three were really good in my Sword and Shield days. You know, I'm going to put Gyarados down. I put Magikarp and Gyarados here. I really like the idea that it turns into a dark type, so it loses that flying typing. If you intimidate them as Gyarados and then Mega Evolve, it gets Mold Breaker, which can then really cause chaos if the opponent's trying to stall you out with their abilities. And I could put maybe Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan was also another really good option because it gets Parental Bond, which was just busted in the XY days. And Kangaskhan being a mother, letting its child come out is quite nice and handy. Yeah, let's leave it as Kangaskhan, think about it. And then the favourite out of all these would have to be Ditto. Oh, that's quite nice. So they've got all this selection from here. So yeah, Ditto is my favourite Pokemon by far. It can become any of these Pokemon, meaning I've got, maybe not missing though. But it can become any of these Pokemon. It just has the adorable nature. It has links to Mew. It has the ability to breed. What more do you want?